Here are 12 reasons why you shouldn't put your trust in someone else. The ability to trust one another is critical to the success of any relationship. Your manner of communication, the way you feel about the other person, and the degree to which you are willing to share essential information with them are all influenced by your capacity to trust the other person. Even the amount of time and effort that you are willing to put into the relationship is impacted by this factor. The unfortunate reality is that not everyone can be trusted. If you don't want to be wounded, you need to be able to recognize potentially harmful individuals in a timely manner so that you may avoid interaction with them. And although certain warning flags, like cheating or breaking commitments, are more visible than others, there are still others that aren't necessarily so clear. Whether you're talking to complete strangers, people you work with, friends, or even possible love partners, there are a few characteristics you should keep an eye out for that might suggest they're not trustworthy. First and foremost, they have a tremendous amount of allure. There is a strong risk that someone is not being real if they seem to be flawless or if they are too wonderful to be true. The reason for this is because manipulators are skilled at using charm as a tactic to achieve what they want from the individuals they are manipulating. Furthermore, there are occasions when it might be difficult to determine if a person is sincere or just intends to take advantage of you for their own benefit. When someone makes an extreme effort to capture your attention and leave a favorable impression on you, it's quite possible that they are attempting to conceal something from you or give the idea that they are more pleasant than they really are. Therefore, if you got the impression that they are not being completely genuine with you, it is in your best interest to listen to your intuition and maintain some distance from them. Number 2. Regardless of the plot, they are either the hero or the victim. If someone is constantly the victim or the hero of their own narrative, it's probable that they're performing a part that doesn't fit who they are in real life. These individuals are either attempting to gain your pity by making you feel sorry for them, or they are attempting to improve their own appearance. They often engage in dishonest behavior and have a bloated opinion of how important they are to the world. When a person persistently portrays a favorable image of oneself while portraying everyone else in a bad image, that person is likely attempting to persuade themselves that they are correct. I'm not suggesting that there's anything inherently wrong with playing the role of the victim or the hero in some circumstances. Far from it. It's simply that if you ever find yourself in a discussion with someone who is consistently one of those things, you should consider it to be a warning sign. The third reason is that they are quick to criticize but slow to praise. It should come as no surprise that we all pass partial judgments on other individuals. It's in our nature as humans to look for patterns in things, and then put those patterns into categories. People who are quick to criticize and reluctant to provide praise, on the other hand, are more likely to have a pessimistic attitude on life in general and are more likely to see others as rivals. Because they lack empathy and compassion, it is unlikely that they will be excellent listeners or have a strong ability to comprehend the points of view of other people. This kind of thinking may be harmful in any relationship because it makes it difficult for the other person to recognize both your triumphs and your mistakes as being part of an experience that they also have. They are continually looking for your shortcomings rather than recognizing what you have accomplished well. The fourth reason is because they are dishonest and only tell half the truth. You are familiar with the procedure. You're having a discussion with someone, and they say something that causes you to gasp in shock and ask, "Wait, what?" You aren't sure if it's anything that they've said or done that doesn't make sense, or whether it's something about the way that they're speaking that seems weird, but something doesn't quite add together. When something like this occurs, it is almost often the case that the individual in question is exaggerating or revealing just part of the truth. Statements are considered to be telling half-truths when they are accurate in every other respect yet omit vital information. The same may be said about exaggeration. It does have some genuine components, however those components are grossly exaggerated here. While some individuals are brazen about their dishonesty, others are more crafty in their deceptions. Some people are just plain out there in their line. In any case, if you begin to notice something odd about their tales or conduct, it is time to begin questioning what they are saying and doing. This is especially true if you start to notice something odd about their stories. The fifth reason is that they try to disguise insults as humorous. There is a distinction to be made between making a joke and insulting someone. When someone insults you, they are not making light of the situation, rather, they are being cruel. In most cases, this is an indication that the other person does not respect you or your emotions, or that they consider themselves to be better than you. It's one thing if someone insults you once in a while with sarcasm, but if they do it often and don't even accept it as an insult, that's a red flag. If someone is making fun of you in any way, even in jest, it's likely that they do not have your best interests in mind. They are only attempting to boost their own self-esteem by making you feel worse so that they may feel better about themselves. Consider if the other person is purposefully attempting to make you feel awful or upset in order to see how far they can push you. If such is the case, it is probably preferable to let them go. It would seem that they would not be worth the effort in any case. Sixth, they are unable to acknowledge the validity of the viewpoints held by others. If you find yourself in a circumstance in which another person is attempting to convince you that their viewpoint is the only one that counts or to tell you what you should believe, this should serve as a major warning sign. There is nothing inherently wrong with holding strong beliefs. However, you should not be afraid to share your own views and opinions without feeling self-conscious or concerned about being evaluated or chastised for doing so. If someone regularly tries to bring you down or silence you, you should generally avoid placing your faith in them. People with this mindset are convinced that their point of view is the only valid one, and they ignore anything else. They are typically dishonest and domineering, and they want everyone to think the same way as them and agree with what they say. The seventh point is that they don't respect your personal space. Understanding and respect are the foundations upon which trust is built. If someone doesn't respect your limits and tries to push beyond them, this is not a positive indicator of things to come, since it indicates disrespect for those boundaries. Regarding the boundaries of what you consider to be acceptable in terms of your personal space, property, and interactions with other people, you should be the only one who can establish these parameters. If someone forces you to engage in activities that make you feel uneasy or makes you feel guilty for saying no, it's a sign that they don't care about you as much as they claim to, which is an unhealthy dynamic for all parties involved. The eighth reason is that they provide justifications for their actions. People who are trustworthy are aware of their weaknesses and failings and are willing to accept responsibility for them. They are also capable of listening to constructive criticism without becoming defensive or upset. If a person constantly tries to justify why they behave in a specific manner or tries to place blame on others for their actions, it is a sign that they are unable to see any flaws in their own conduct and are trying to avoid taking responsibility for it. A person like this is just concerned with what is best for himself and does not give any regard to how your ideas and emotions affect them. The ninth reason is that they never have anything positive to say about other people. The manner in which a person discusses the accomplishments of others may reveal a great deal about who they are. And even if there are plenty of rotten apples in the world, it's never a good indicator when someone can only see the worst in other people. After all, if they never have anything nice to say about other people, it's usually because they themselves aren't that likable. Therefore, you shouldn't put your faith in somebody who frequently speaks ill of other people. You may be certain that they are not speaking positively about you in any of their conversations.